I mentioned in March during my buyer's guide that usually office/executive chairs are more comfortable than gaming chairs because they don't have that tubular racing design. Yet on this channel, we've reviewed 11 gaming specific chairs, but not any executive or office chairs. We're gonna go ahead and remedy that today. Warm up your rumps as we grade the Oline low back executive chair on a variety of categories as we find out if this is the right chair for your back and crack. Now, first of all, from an ergonomic standpoint, this needs said that this is a low back executive chair, and that is not mentioned anywhere on the landing page on their website, as well as the Amazon listing or landing page. And that can be relatively deceptive. You do have the exact measurements here, but a lot of times when you're buying something online, you don't really look at the exact dimensions. You just look at pictures like this and you think, this gentleman's head is just barely peeking over the top. I'm overlaying some B-roll right now of what my torso looks like. I'm 5'11", and as you can see, a good portion of the top of my torso is sticking out, basically peeking up like a whack-a-mole. Having said that, now that you know that this is a low back, or they might swing it as a standard chair, but it's a low back executive chair. Maybe you're somebody with a shorter torso, or you're somebody that actually prefers a mid or low back chair, because as long as you're getting support in the shoulder regions, a lot of times your head just kind of hovers in air. You're not really laying it back like this. I mean, that's really exaggerated. I'm basically snapping my neck here, but you don't really need to push your head up against anything because you're just sitting straight up with a nice ergonomic upright position, an erect position, homo erectus, if you will. And your head is just floating there in air. It's held up by gravity in your spine. So a low back chair isn't really detrimental, in my opinion. Weird little tangent out of the way, but this is a low back executive chair. Now, the new formula or system for reviewing office and gaming chairs, we're going to go from a top-down approach. And then we're going to look at things like the website, buying experience, customer service, warranty, and wrap it all up with the verdict. The most important point is this is a good value. Does it offer a good bang for buck or price for performance? So starting at the top, it'd probably help if I was sitting in the actual chair that I'm reviewing, right? Give me a second. As you can see, I'm not a monstrous man or anything. I'm not built like a linebacker for the Raiders. I don't share much in common with that of a bobsled. I'm just an average framed North American male, a little bit on the pudgy side. And as you can see, there's a good amount of Kevin's noggin here poking out of the chair. But luckily, back support is very good. I will say the chair is a little bit firm for my taste right out of the box. However, after a few days of use, and I do mean use, you're sitting in the sucker for a few hours a day to break in that padding, it does do just that. It breaks in, the foam gets a little bit softer, gets a little bit more give, starts to contour to the shape of your back and crack, your spine, the small of your back, and it gets more comfortable. I also do like that the backrest is kind of a two-piece pillow design. You have your shoulders and upper back, and then you have your lower back with that nice quilted pillow that really does fill in the small of your back and provide a little bit of lumbar support. I do say a little bit. I would prefer if there was a bit more lumbar support or it was adjustable. I'm giving back support and comfort 8 out of 10. That's a pretty good number. The armrests are a bit of a mixed sack, again overlaying some B-roll so you can see exactly what component I'm talking about, but there is no 3D or 4D adjustment or even height adjustment. So in comparison to a lot of the gaming specific chairs that I have tested on the channel, where you can angle the armrests at certain degrees, you can lift them upwards and downwards, slide them further or closer to your body, you don't have that option here. However, it is the same materials, i.e. padding and leather, as the rest of the chair, which I do like. Stitching is nice and clean, and most importantly, they're actually comfortable, at least for my bony little elbows. I'm going to go ahead and give them a 6 out of 10. More points of adjustment would equal more points in the final score. Now, back support was fantastic, and luckily the crack is in line with that. I should hope your back is in line with your crack, or else you'd have a pretty whoppy-jawed spine. But it's comfortable for a couple of reasons. First of all, it is very widely bolstered. In fact, it's not really bolstered at all. It doesn't hug you in like a racing car seat like all these gaming chairs are designed to replicate. So because of that, if you're a larger gamer or a larger guy or gal, you're going to have a lot more room for your body shape to sprawl out here. And that's not just in the back, but also in the thigh and hip region as well. Now, the same little bro tip I mentioned earlier applies to the bottom. Give it a couple of days to break in because the foam's a little bit hard, at least for my taste or feeling, right out of the box, but it did get softer and more supple throughout use. I'm giving crack support and comfort 8 out of 10. It would be ranked a little bit higher if there wasn't that initial break-in period.
Well, Kevin, all chairs have a break-in period.
I've tested a lot of chairs. This is a little bit harder than those right out of the box, but then she's great. Moving down to the base with the hydraulics, you do have about 3 inches of adjustment up and down, and you do also have a rocking feature with a lockout. Sweet. Now you cannot lock the chair back in its reclined position, which is kind of whack. And there is no recline adjustment like you're used to on a typical gaming chair, so something to take note of. Because of the lack of adjustment in the base, also there was no pre-installed hardware, so all of it was in a separate package. And the overall fit and finish and build quality of the base just didn't feel great. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Now as for the floor stand or pedestal, floor stand, right? That's what it's called. Unfortunately, this falls right in line with the base with that lack of build quality, or the build quality's there, but it's not good. If you look at the welds in this B-roll here, the chair looks and feels fine when you're using it and also from a distance, but when you get real close, or if you're somebody that cares about welds and fit and finish and panel gaps and stuff like that, then you run into some issues, and I could easily foresee this chrome plating chipping over time. So I'm going to give the stand or pedestal a 4 out of 10. Moving right onto the wheels, they glide very smooth, they're relatively high, so you get pretty good clearance even if you're on carpet. Whatever bearings they're rocking in there glide nice and smooth, they're quiet, no complaints with the wheels whatsoever. In fact, I'm actually a pretty big fan. 8 out of 10. If you're curious about the warranty, because I was as well, I busted out my shovel and did a little bit of digging. Didn't have to dig too far, just the FAQ section over here on their website. They've only been asked 2 questions, and one of them was, how long is the warranty? 5 years. That's not bad. How's their website? Also not bad. I wouldn't purchase from their website, not that I don't trust it. It doesn't look nefarious or anything, but me personally, I like to have that additional layer of customer support with Amazon, just because I've been shopping with them for about 12 years, and I've had to deal directly with Amazon customer service on multiple occasions, and it's been a savory experience each time. So I like to continue that relationship knowing that if I get shafted by a company, Jeff Bezos and Amazon still has my back. But this is their site. It's decently laid out and you can navigate it. It tells you to get shit done. I like that. But again, just buy it on Amazon. They have their own virtual aisles or their own little section here. Price, $250 for the white version, $200 for the black. Please don't be one of the 6 people out there who pays $60 to have some stranger come into your home and assemble a gaming chair that you could do yourself in 15 minutes. I understand maybe if you're elderly or something, granted that's not my key demographic, you're probably not watching this video, but if you're a young able-bodied individual, just this is a pure ripoff here. Just don't do it. So is this chair a good value? As I do some stretches here, because I'm sick of sitting. This sucker is really comfortable. In the back, the crack, the armrest. Granted, I would like a little bit more customization, or I should say adjustability for your body shape with the armrest, and then also maybe a lever to be able to recline. I hit some kind of a physical activity goal just by sitting here, apparently. For breathing, Apple has given me a award here. Participation trophy. Sick. It is comfortable. However, if you're any taller than 5'11", like myself, that's my height, I would say you need to look elsewhere. Also, obviously, if you exceed the maximum weight limit of popping up in front of my face here, 220, I believe it was. That's a guess. That's just a straight guess. My editor will put the actual number right here. As far as an overall package, bang for buck, build quality, everything, I'm going to go ahead and give her an 8 out of 10. This chair is linked in the description below, and I'll see you Stallions and Stallionettes tomorrow. Enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily, all the time, 60% of the time, sometimes, most of the time. Peace.